Right, what is something that you learned embarrassingly late in life? Can I go first? Sure.
That the trauma and loss I went through as a child and adult life caused me to have complex PTSD, and it's not actually my fault, and it was never my fault, and I'm not to blame.
Alcohol is the real gateway drug, and there's nothing cool or sexy about doing or selling drugs.
I turned 17 in a few months, and like after my 16th birthday last year, I found out cats really didn't have 9 lives. That's my bad.
There's actually zero empirical evidence for the positive existence of any gods whatsoever, including the Christian one.
So I'm from New Brunswick, and I thought Cap Palais, like this place, was pronounced capital A, like the letter, until I was like 17 or 18, and I thought it was called that because it was like the capital of the Acadians, so I never ever questioned it.
This one is for me. So I was homeschooled, and I did not learn about the birds and the bees until I was in my early 20s and looked it up myself because no one taught me anything. It's kind of embarrassing to go into adulthood not knowing anything. Parents, if you're going to choose to homeschool your kids, you have to educate them. This topic is not optional.
I was in my 50s when I learned that ostriches are from Africa and not Australia. Wow.
That Mormonism isn't true at all. Yeah, turns out the Native Americans are not descendants of ancient Israelites. Not only was the Garden of Eden not in Jackson County, Missouri, but it didn't even exist at all. I had no idea. My great-great-great-grandfather, Brigham Young, who I was so proud to be descended of, wasn't a great man, wasn't a prophet. He was like a really violent racist. Oh yeah, and a misogynist. By far the most embarrassing thing I didn't know, though. If you know, you know.
Okay, so I have no idea what possessed me to come on here and tell you guys my deepest, darkest secret, but here goes nothing, okay? Be nice in the comments. When I was 21 years old, I went to the zoo with my now husband, Frank, and we were walking around, and I see this sign that says reindeer, and I'm like, reindeer. And he's like, what? And I'm like, they're not real. And he looks at me, and he's like, you're kidding, right? And I'm like, no. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Reindeer flying around with Santa Claus. I'm like, come on. And I was like laughing my ass off. And this guy's flabbergasted. Like, he's flabbergasted. And I see a reindeer walking out, and I'm like, oh, they're real. And like, you guys, I've been to the zoo so many times, but I guess I've never been to that section of the zoo where I saw them, because I've never freaking seen a reindeer before that day.
Now, y'all don't be laughing too hard at this one. I used to think that 24/7 meant that there were 24 hours and 7 minutes in each day. And I never really questioned it. I never asked anybody. I just assumed. And then one day it finally occurred to me that the 7 is referring to the days of the week. 24 is the hours. But it's like, why would you say 24/7? Because I was like 24 hours and 7 minutes each day. Where do the 7 minutes even go?
Where a woman was murdered.
I thought ponies were children horses.
I'll go first. That I'm autistic. How did nobody know?
Stop being a loser. Oh, yeah. I'm talking to you, everybody on YouTube right now. Listen, YouTube videos are not going to make you rich, young people. What I want to give you real quickly here, come here. Let me show you something here. You're looking at my fancy cars, and guess what? Look at me. They're mine. I own those. Why? Because I've used the ability to use the faculties of my mind. I manifested this. I didn't work hard for it. I attracted this. I didn't chase after it. The reason why I'm able to manifest the things that I want is because I understand meditation is the missing ingredient. I know some of you say, no, Wesley, that I need to read books. No, Wes, I need to listen to seminars. Those things are important, but until you calm your mind down, until you relax, until you think about what you want clearly, you'll never get it. Listen, in the link below, I have something for you. There's a frequency that you can use right now to start to manifest what you want. Hey, from the top of my heart here, I know some of you are pissed off at me because I called you stupid. I called you a loser, right? But it is what it is. A loser is somebody that's not winning. That's all what it is. If you want to win, in the link below. Let's go! Woo! Let's go. Hey, click it. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Alright. I'll be 27 in March. I've got a 6-year-old, and I'm currently 22 weeks pregnant with my second son. I've been married to my husband for 5 years. And my husband's dad and his dad's dad and his brother and cousins and everything like that are farmers, right? Based outside of Esperance in a small town called Grasspatch in Western Australia. My pop was a farmer, a farmer's son, and his dad was a farmer, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And, this is so fucking embarrassing. It was Christmas, just gone. We were down in Esperance visiting family, and, you know, like, my husband's got a really big family, obviously, being farmers and whatnot. He's the youngest of 5 kids, and they just get bigger as the generations go on. Yeah, so I was sitting on the lounge one night. We were watching, I don't know, something on Foxtel. These grandparents were watching anyway. And I was like, holy shit, why do those sheep have tails? Lambs, right? And they just looked at me like, what? I was like, I didn't think that they were born with tails. Like, they don't have tails. Well, fuck me dead. Sheep are born with fucking tails, mate. And they get docked. And get this, I didn't know this either. They get docked because if they don't, they get fly blown and then they like fucking rot and die. Like, it's pretty fucking hectic actually, so it kind of makes sense. But I've gone my whole life, almost raised an entire human, not knowing that sheep actually have tails.
Okay, so what I learned embarrassingly late was that God doesn't live in the sky and that God is actually something inside of all of us.
Whenever you are looking at an app and it says 60% chance of rain, it means that 60% of that town that you're looking at will get rained on. So it's just a 60% chance that you'll be standing in that part of town that's rained on.
I thought Transylvania was just a made up place and not real until I met somebody who was from there, and he looked at me like I was bonkers. I was 22.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And subscribe. We publish new videos every day.